Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Lorenzo, I'm from Loway, and I'm excited to show you something that's going to change the way you handle call center reporting with your FusionPBX system. Today, we're exploring QueueMetrics and its powerful new integration with Fusion. QueueMetrics is a comprehensive call center reporting and real-time monitoring solution that transforms raw call data into actionable insights. With this new integration, FusionPBX users can now access enterprise-level reporting capabilities that are not just powerful, but that they also surprisingly easy to use and to customize. The magic happens here, when complex call center data becomes crystal clear through intuitive reports that you can modify, filter and customize to match your exact needs. So let's dive in and see how that works. So let's start from the heart of QueueMetrics, that is comprehensive reporting suite. Here you can see our main reporting dashboard. We have everything you need to monitor your call center. So let's start from here, from the answer calls, where you can see all calls taken with all their call distribution, lengths and such. You can see the agents that were working, you can see the SLA and the level of call handling you're having, reasons for disconnection, the transfers, the queues that were actually used to serve your data, the direction of calls, the number of stints, a lot of data here. You can see similar information as well for lost calls, because you can see the reason why calls were lost, where calls were lost, and you can also dive in the distribution of lost calls and such, and you can also dive in and see the details of which calls are taken in a group of lost calls. We can have information about the area codes of our callers. We can have very interesting information about attempts, so we can see lost calls that went to agents and they didn't answer, or agents that did answers, where they are located in terms of which queues and where they are located in terms of which agents were losing calls. We can see a lot of information about the daily or hourly or weekly distribution, so the number of taken calls, lost calls, average wait time per day, the lost calls wait time per day, the number of sales that were made, the schedule adherence, so how many agents were actually available, the length of queues, the SLA during the day divided by specific days or by specific time, total traffic analysis in terms of how many calls were taken, lost and such, similar reports in terms of hourly distributions, in terms of days of week, in terms of agent sessions, so you can see who was available, how many calls they took, what they did when they were not speaking, which poses they took. You can the number of the division of agents by location and such, service group, the occupancy, the session time, payable and billable time, because if they do poses, you can decide if a pose is billable and it's payable, and you can export that from QueueMetrics. And then you can see the details of agent sessions, and you can see outcomes. So what was the result of calls, how much sales per hour. This is especially important for outbound, so sales per hour, qualified contacts per hour, contacts, number of calls divided by outcome, billable and non-billable activities, and then a detailed comprehensive reports by agent. This is a very general overview of what QueueMetrics reports can do. QueueMetrics contains about 200, maybe more separate data blocks that you can use, so there is really a lot in the box. QueueMetrics goes beyond just the basic statistics, the aggregate statistics, because you can go and see the exact calls that made up the report you're seeing. So you can drill down and see a set of calls, you can click on them and see their own details. So you can see the history of the call as it happened during, as it was processed, all relevant information about the call, and you can even go in and hear, if it's available, the recording. So it's here, you can listen to it, you can speed it up if you want, so you can hear the exact interaction that ended up. And if you want, it's possible to also have a transcription here that will be available from this menu. Speaking of the quality of your calls, we can do better, and we can not just hear them, but we can also track them. So you can have a quality profile, what we call a QA form, so we can listen to the call, speeding it up, going back and forth, putting markers on specific interesting points. And then we can fill in a form that you customize, giving scores. So for example, this was good, this was not so good, but still good, and this was really bad. So for example, we may add a note, so if somebody is going to review this interaction, they're going to see why I put the note, not very good. Okay, and this is going to be saved in QueueMetrics. When you look at the call, you can see the associated form, but when you go back, you can run a QA report for a form quality profile that's correct, and we can compute the interactions. So we can see the form divided, so the score divided by agent and divided by queue, divided by agent group, by analyst, so even you can see the specific people, and then you can drill down and see the set of calls that were graded for this agent. And then you can go back and you can also have the summary that basically tells how many forms were analyzed for this specific queue, and the averages for each question that was asked, and how many were very good, not so good, meeting expectation or require improvement, or are issues. At this point, QueueMetrics even includes two, so that you can send specific notes to agents when there is some issue, and they can even take courses online linked for within QueueMetrics, so that you can measure them across time and see if they are doing the right things or if they need further help. Now, here is where QueueMetrics really shines, when you have a lot of flexibility on the way you handle your reports. I can create new reports from scratch or modify existing reports. I can tailor them to my specific business needs. The system allows me to add filters, customize date ranges, select specific queues and whatnot. Let's see an example. So let's take, for example, an existing report. This report contains, for example, 2 data blocks. It's very simple. It's very focused. I can change it by adding, for example, new data blocks in case I need it. Just go here. You have all data blocks filled in with the exact data, so they are computed live on the same data set you're looking. You can select them, explore them, or if you know what you want, for example, I want an executive summary, I can just add it and it's going to be here. I can move it up, change the sequence and whatnot. I can go in, I can change the time period, I can change the set of queues I want, in this case it's all of them, and I can add more specific filters that I can also combine. For example, I may want to only see a specific agent, for example, or I may want only to see some specific call outcomes, or some specific call tags, or some specific duration, some specific call, DNIS, whatever. There are a lot of them. So I just go in here, click here, and you can see, for example, there is only agent 998 that was left. So only the calls for agent 998 are left here. I can save this. I can go back. I can find it again by searching, so I can have a lot of reports. I can share these reports with other people within my organization, so everybody can be looking at the same thing, and to share the results or just to keep an eye of what's going on. I can export the reports as PDF or Excel, and I can even have QueueMetrics. This is something that a lot of people use, and it's very, very handy to create a very simple report or very specialized report and have it sent, for example, by the end of the day, by email to a set of stakeholders, or to receive it every few hours, so that the queues you're monitoring, the agent you're monitoring, you get something in your inbox and you get a clear view of what went on without even logging into QueueMetrics. As you saw so far, QueueMetrics brings enterprise-level call center reporting to Fusion in a package that is both powerful and user-friendly. Whether you're tracking performance, conducting quality assurance, or creating custom reports for specific stakeholders, this integration gives you the tools to transform the way you handle your call center data and handle your call center reporting, and transform it into actionable business intelligence. So, thank you for watching. I hope you're excited as I am about QueueMetrics and what it can do for your environment. If you have any question or would like to learn more, please don't hesitate to reach out to Lowy. Thank you again and have a nice day.